In this video, we're going to review how to find slope from a graph. When working from a graph, we would like you to focus on the visual of the slope of the line, okay? All right, let's look at the first example. I see the 2 points marked that they would like me to use. However, if they're not marked, the rule is you can use any points that of the line that cross an actual or two lines on the grid. So I've marked 2 more in gray that I could end up using. That blue line crosses those intersections of that grid perfectly there, so I could use those. But let's go ahead and use the ones that they gave us. In order to do this, what I want to do is I want to start at the first point, and I'm going to draw directly up until I'm even with that second point, horizontally even. Then I'm going to draw over until I'm to that point. And what I want to do is I want to count that movement. When I drew up 2 boxes. Now when I drew over 1, 2, 3 boxes of the grid until I got to that point. So that's a 3. Now I need to remember that slope is rise over run. So that means my height over my length. Rise is up and down, so that would be height. Well, my height is a 2, and my run, or my length, is a 3. So far I know my slope is 2 over 3. Finally, I want to check that line. I read the graph from left to right and ask myself, is that line increasing or is it decreasing? If it's increasing, leave the slope positive. If it's decreasing, make it negative. This one is actually increasing as that line moves left to right, so I leave it positive. The slope of that line is 2/3. All right, let's look at the second example. On this example, I'm going to start at that first dot. This time I'll have to draw down to get horizontally even with the second one. Then I draw over. That down is kind of a hint there for the sign of our slope later. All right, let's count our height and our length. I've got 1, 2, 3 boxes that I drew through for my height, and then I only drew through 1 on that length. So now, thinking rise and run, rise is my height, put that 3 on top, the 1 on bottom, so the slope is 3 over 1. Check our sign, read the graph, ask yourself, is that line increasing or decreasing as you move left to right? This one's decreasing, so I have to put a negative in front of my slope. So that slope is -3 over 1, or it could be reduced to -3. Either answer would be correct.